A missing phone, conflicting accounts, and a family searching for answers. What really happened to 18-year-old Nolan Wells on Horn Island?
And you say you have Nolan's cell phone and messages were deleted. How could you tell messages were deleted?
Well, his parents got the phone back, and that's something that's important, Michael, because they tracked this phone on Life 360.
So Life 360, but when I received the phone call from Warren, we're pulling up the location from Snapchat. So the Snapchat location looks completely different than the Life 360 location. So
the missing phone mystery, the strange evidence in Nolan Wells' death. What really happened to 18-year-old Nolan Wells? That is the question his family, investigators, and thousands of people across the country are still trying to answer. What began as a 4th of July weekend trip with friends ended in heartbreak when Nolan was found dead in the waters near Mississippi's Horn Island. While authorities have said they believe he may have drowned, the investigation is still ongoing, and an official cause of death has not yet been released by the state medical examiner. Now, Nolan's parents are speaking publicly for the first time, saying they are determined to uncover exactly what happened during their son's final hours. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding the case is not just how Nolan disappeared, but what happened to his cell phone. Today, we're taking a closer look at the timeline, the unanswered questions, and why Nolan's family believes the phone may hold important clues. Before we continue, if you enjoy respectful, in-depth coverage of true stories and breaking news, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Nolan Wells was just 18 years old. He was a talented football player with big dreams and a bright future ahead of him. According to his parents, he had spent much of the summer training for football and was preparing to return to college camp after the holiday weekend. His father described him as someone who had become increasingly focused on his future. Football wasn't just a sport to Nolan anymore, it was an opportunity to build a better life for himself and his family. Friends and relatives remembered him as kind, respectful, and someone who naturally made others feel welcome. On the 4th of July, Nolan traveled with a group of friends to Horn Island, a remote barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. It was supposed to be a fun holiday outing before returning to football training. But as the day unfolded, something went terribly wrong. Late that night, one of Nolan's friends reported him missing to the U.S. Coast Guard. Shortly afterward, Nolan's mother filed a missing persons report with the Jackson County Sheriff's Department. Search teams immediately began looking for the missing teenager. For 2 agonizing days, Nolan's family waited and hoped for good news. Instead, rescuers found his body in the water near the northwest side of Horn Island. Authorities have said they believe Nolan may have drowned, but they have also made it clear that the investigation is not over. Officials are still reviewing evidence, photographs, videos, and witness statements while waiting for the official autopsy report from the Mississippi State Medical Examiner. That means many important questions remain unanswered. For Nolan's parents, those unanswered questions have become impossible to ignore. One question keeps coming back again and again. Why would Nolan separate from the friends he arrived with? His mother said she simply cannot believe her son would willingly stay behind. His father explained that throughout Nolan's life, he had always been taught one important rule: if you travel with a group, you stay with the group. He said Nolan understood that safety comes from staying together. Because of that, his parents say it doesn't make sense that he would suddenly decide to separate from everyone. That uncertainty has become one of the driving reasons behind the family's own independent investigation. But perhaps the most talked about mystery in this case involves Nolan's cell phone. For many teenagers today, a phone is more than just a device. It contains messages, photos, videos, locations, conversations, and memories. Investigators often rely on cell phones to reconstruct a person's final movements. According to Nolan's mother, the phone was eventually located after a family friend tracked it using the Life 360 location sharing app. However, she says what they found raised even more questions. She explained that the phone's location history did not appear to match what some friends had reportedly been seeing through Snapchat. Those differences immediately caught the family's attention. Then came another surprise. Nolan's mother said she and her sister reviewed both of Nolan's Snapchat accounts. They expected to find videos or photos from the holiday trip because Nolan often documented fun outings with friends. Instead, they found nothing. According to his mother, there were no photos or videos from the island, even though less than 24 hours had passed. She said that was unusual because Snapchat posts typically remain visible for a limited period before disappearing. To Nolan's family, the absence of any content seemed out of character. Of course, investigators have not said that missing Snapchat content proves anything happened. At this stage, it remains one of several unanswered questions that the family hopes experts can examine more closely. Attorney Ben Crump, who represents Nolan's family, has also spoken publicly about the case. He says the family wants a complete forensic examination of Nolan's cell phone. According to Crump, digital evidence could help investigators better understand Nolan's final movements and determine whether witness accounts match the available data. Crump has also questioned differing statements regarding Nolan's final moments. According to reports, one account suggested Nolan planned to return to the boat after speaking with a young woman. Another account reportedly suggested he intended to remain behind. Those differences have become another area investigators continue to examine. Adding even more public attention to the case is a viral video that has circulated online. According to Crump, the recording allegedly captures Nolan asking for his cell phone before it later went missing. Authorities have confirmed they are reviewing the video. However, investigators have also said they have not yet determined where the recording originated. That means the video remains part of the ongoing investigation rather than confirmed evidence explaining exactly what happened. Jackson County Sheriff John Ledbetter has emphasized that investigators want every available piece of evidence. He has publicly stated that law enforcement requested Nolan's cell phone so forensic specialists can perform a complete digital extraction. According to the sheriff, investigators had not yet taken possession of the phone when he spoke publicly about the case. Digital forensic examinations can recover deleted messages, location information, call records, application activity, and other technical information that may help establish a more complete timeline. Whether Nolan's phone ultimately provides those answers remains unknown. While authorities continue their work, Nolan's family has launched its own independent investigation. The family also arranged for an independent autopsy. According to public statements, former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick helped fund that examination. The family says they wanted an independent pathologist with no connection to local authorities, so they could receive an additional medical opinion. Sheriff Ledbetter has said he welcomes the independent investigation, explaining that everyone involved ultimately wants the same thing, the truth. Meanwhile, Nolan's parents continue to remember the young man they lost. His mother described him as a bright light whose smile could fill a room. She recalled that Nolan always wanted others to feel included. One teacher even shared a story about Nolan encouraging classmates to celebrate a special needs student after the student answered a classroom question correctly. Those memories paint a picture of someone known not only for athletic ability but also for kindness. His father remembered Nolan as a quiet leader. Rather than demanding attention, Nolan led through hard work, discipline, and respect. His younger brother looked up to him both on and off the football field. Today, that family is left grieving while continuing to search for answers. As of now, authorities have not announced a final cause of death. The official autopsy findings are still pending, and investigators continue reviewing physical evidence, digital evidence, witness interviews, and forensic information. That means many of the questions surrounding Nolan's disappearance remain unanswered. For now, it is important to separate confirmed facts from speculation. Confirmed facts include that Nolan disappeared during the 4th of July trip to Horn Island. His body was found 2 days later. The investigation remains active, and both authorities and the family are pursuing additional evidence, including examination of his cell phone. Everything else, including why Nolan became separated from the group and exactly what happened during his final hours, remains under investigation. As new information becomes available, investigators hope it will provide the clarity that Nolan's loved ones have been seeking. For his parents, this isn't simply about solving a mystery. It's about honoring the memory of a son they describe as caring, hardworking, and full of promise. They say they are not looking for rumors or assumptions. They simply want honesty, transparency, and answers. We'll continue following this case and bring you verified updates as more information is released. Thank you for watching, and if you'd like more carefully researched stories like this one, remember to subscribe, leave your thoughts respectfully in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.